All right. Hope everybody's doing well today. Thanks for being on the call. Obviously, a big win yesterday. Finish of the regular season. Unusual year to say the least. Really proud of our players and coaches for the regular season that we had. Finishing 11-5 is a great accomplishment. It's not a good year. That's a great year. So just hats off to them, dealing with a lot of adversity and unique circumstances through the year. And to finish the way we did, feel really proud of those guys. We earned it. You know, we're in the playoffs, and saying it's a long season, it's a grueling season. And when you get here, you got here because you earned it. We have the team that earned the right to be in this discussion. As far as injuries from the game, nothing more to report. It was a clean game, from what we said last night. So what's our approach from here? Going down into the postseason. It starts with, and we talked about this in the locker room yesterday, it starts with that we believe we have the team to win it all. We got the right players, we got the right coaches, the right process, and the belief and conviction in each other, to win it all. I can tell you that I've been, just a little personal note here, in my 26, 27 years, however many, 28 years in the NFL, I've been on teams that have won 11 plus games 8 times, if I did the math correctly. And 6 of those 8 times, they resulted in those teams going to the Super Bowl. So you win 11 games in this league, you got the team that can get there. And we really believe that. So that's where it starts. But when we walk in the building tomorrow, so we talked about that yesterday. Hey, let's just hit the reset button, reaffirm that belief and that conviction that the dream and goal that we had of being world champions at the beginning of this season, we're one step or a big step closer to that, and digest that over the next 24 hours. And then when we walk in here, and that kind of big picture that's behind us now. Now it all zeroes in on the Buffalo Bills, and a team and a hot team and a very good team and a very well coached team that we're going on the road to play. So we take it one at a time from here. It's obviously our mantra. This is the world that we live in. We're 1-0. We get better every day. We feel like in a lot of ways we've continued to get better along the way. We have hiccups here and there, but that's life. That's football. That's getting better. It's never just a straight line going up. You're going to have setbacks along the way, but the trend for our team continues to be up, be going in the right direction in many respects. So we feel confident going up against another team that is playing very good football right now, one of the hottest teams, if not the hottest team in the NFL. So got a lot of respect for the Bills. Personally, I know Sean McDermott fairly well. He's one respect for a lot of coaches in this league. He's in that top list of category of guys I respect in this league, the way he coaches, and just who he is as a leader and as a person. So I'll open it up from there.
All right, Stephen Holder.
Hi, Frank. A little off topic, but I know that there's a couple teams that want to talk to Flus about their openings. You've been through this before. Your situation, I guess, is a little different, but just, I guess, for 2 things. Number one, how do you sort of view those things, personally and professionally? You like them, you want them to succeed, but obviously you're busy and trying to get ready for a game. And then just how will that kind of play out this week, do you think?
Okay, well, I got to laugh for a second here, Stephen, and say when you said that my situation was a little bit different.
A little bit.
Can we all get a little laugh at that one? Not at Stephen. It was a fair statement, but it was.
I was referring to having ambitions, but I caught myself halfway through. So yeah, good point.
No, just having fun with that for sure. No, excited. Hey, Flus is a great coach. He'd be a great head coach. But to be honest, I'm not thinking much about that right now. We're thinking about the Bills. We got a short week. I'm happy for him at any opportunities he gets. I would fully endorse and support anyone who ever called and asked me about Flus as a man, as a leader, and as a coach. He is a worthy candidate. I don't want to lose him. So, we're focused on the Bills, but happy for him and support for him.
Bob Kravitz.
Yeah, Frank, going back to Buffalo, what are your emotions? I know it's a business trip, but what has the Bills organization in the city of Buffalo meant to you and your family?
Oh, that's unfair, Bob. That's funny because when you said, hey, I know it's emotional, I was getting ready to say, no, I'm taking all the emotion out of it, right? I was getting ready to give my stock answer, and then you sucked me right in. And
I do what I can.
Yeah. No, obviously it's a special place for Linda and I and our family. 2 of our girls were born there, but this is a business trip. To your point. So fortunately, Bob, I've been back to Buffalo a few times since as a player and as a coach. I feel like I've gotten all that out of my system. It's unique because it's the playoffs, but love Buffalo, will always love Buffalo, will always be a Bills fan. Except for this Saturday, for sure. I was a Bills fan on Sunday though, and they did us right.
Did you reach out to McDermott?
Just afterwards, I just thought it was the professional courtesy not to do it before. We all know it, everybody's got to do their thing. They earned the right to do whatever they wanted to do in the position that they were in. So I wasn't about to stick my nose into that, but certainly text him after the game.
Mike Chappell.
Frank, when we talked to Jonathan after the game, he made it kind of clear that he expects a bullseye to be on his back now, and with Buffalo. Do you try to alter things because of that, or you just try to go with your strengths and see if that's good enough?
Yeah, I think it's going to be both of those. I mean, we can just tell the Bills that we're going to throw play action pass every down, while they all gear up on Jonathan. I mean, that's the cat and mouse game. That's the gamesmanship, that when you get a good run game going, some of the play action stuff off that results in big plays. So listen, you guys know this is a very good defense, and they're very well coached. They're very disciplined on defense. They're really good in the secondary. They're good front to back, but we have to mix it up. Do we want to keep Jonathan rolling, and do we want to have a very strong run game? It'd be nice to run for 250 yards again. That would certainly be the goal, but those 200-yard games, those just kind of happen. I mean, you get a couple long runs and so on and so forth, but we're going in with the same mentality that we always go in. We're going to mix it up. We certainly want to get the run game going, but we have a quarterback who can put the ball all over the field with that, on a dime, and can be dangerous in that regard. So we need to try to keep them off balance.
Just a quick follow-up. Over your career, have you seen that a good running game travels well?
There's no doubt about that. And it travels well in bad weather, and it travels well in bad weather. So, and I don't think the weather's going to be bad. I mean, I looked at the forecast, it should be 30 and sunny. So if all things hold true, that'd be a good football day in Buffalo for this time of year.
George Bremer.
Coach, obviously a lot of talk about Frank from last week. Oh, my dog wants to chime in now, I guess, too. You said the one maybe regret that you have was the pass at midfield that got intercepted. It's a different situation, obviously, on Sunday, but did you think about that at all on handing off to Jonathan for a second straight time before that 45-yard touchdown run?
You're talking. I'm sorry. I was a little. I did get a little distracted. I like your dog.
He wants to have an opinion.
Okay.
Last week in Pittsburgh, you said that one regret was the interception. In the fourth quarter Sunday before Jonathan's 45-yard run, not exactly the same situation, but similar. Did it cross your mind at all the previous time?
No, it didn't. It didn't. But after the game, I did think about it that way. I really did. To your point, just playing back through the game in my mind and looking at the play chart and the drives. So that's always the ongoing. That's always the ongoing discussion and learning of, just trying to put yourself through there and grow and get better. And so I did look at that afterwards. It didn't hit me at the time though.
Mike Wells.
Hey, Frank, when you look at your pass defense, what issues do you see? Because I know you guys see the numbers. I think since week 11, you guys are 31st in the league against the pass, and now you're about to face a Buffalo offense that has put up a lot of points against a lot of good teams recently. What issues have you noticed in the pass defense?
I think, Mike, the success that when teams have had success against us in the pass game in recent weeks, it hasn't just been one thing. So it hasn't just been one thing. So, am I concerned? No. I mean, do I think this is a very good passing team that we're going to? Yeah, this is a dynamic quarterback and a dynamic passing attack. So, we have had some good days versus some dynamic quarterbacks. We played Aaron Rodgers earlier in the year and played him pretty well. So I'm confident I'm confident in our players and our coaches that we can put together a plan and execute a plan, versus an elite quarterback and a hot offense like we're facing this Sunday.
All right, speaking of pass defense, are Rock and Kari still in protocol?
Yeah, we're just going to continue. We'll continue to monitor those guys as they go and give you updates as we can.
Jim Aiello.
Yeah, Frank, I know you're a one game at a time guy, but you did mention the Super Bowl early. So I'm just going to ask for Philip, it's been the one thing, the big game that's kind of eluded him his whole career. I was curious if you thought about that at all and what it would mean to be able to help put him in position to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thought about it. I mean, I thought about it at the beginning of the year, thought about it now that we're in the playoffs, and he's had an unbelievable career, and, fulfilling that dream starts with getting in it. So, like I said, Jim, that's a fair question. And the last 24 hours are the time to kind of give that some thought. And that's where we want to end up. That's where he wants to end up. But how do we get there? Well, we got to all energy and attention, block out all the noise, block out everything else, and focus on, getting better and preparing against a very good football team in the Bills. But it would certainly, obviously, be it's a great opportunity for all of us. It's a great opportunity for all of us. And I know one thing Philip, I'm sure, will say when you guys talk to him is he doesn't take any of these opportunities for granted. Even though he's had 17 years and he's been in the playoffs multiple times, everyone is special. It's still that way for me as a coach. I mean, even yesterday getting in, sitting at home last night with my family and, just talking about the dynamic of, being 11-5 and staying home and being 11-5 in the playoffs feels like night and day. And, but it's the same record. There's something about getting an opportunity to get into playoffs and win it all. And as players, and the longer you're around in this league, the more you can't take it for granted. You never know. You say, well, we're a good team. You guys hear this all the time. In all sports, you can't, you got to get in, you got to take advantage, seize the moment, seize that opportunity when it's in. And we got one here. I don't care what seed we are. We're the 7 seed, big deal. We got to seize the opportunity. If there's ever a year for a 7 seed, right? The first 7 seed, there hasn't been, right? Am I right? There hasn't been a 7 seed. This is the first year for a 7 seed. Well, let's us be the first 7 seed to win a world championship.
Kevin Bowen.
Frank, after looking back at the tape, what do you think of Jared at left tackle?
Solid. I mean, Kevin was solid. Because of the short week, honestly, I did not, watch through the tape and, but didn't grade it in the detail that I would on a normal week, but certainly had my eyes on him, so for that decision this week, but thought he had a real solid performance.
You think you'll stick with him again this week?
I would think that would be the plan. I mean, based on what we saw on tape, I got to sit down and talk with all the staff, but, going forward, I think that would be the plan for right at this point.
Okay, we'll do 3 more. Joel Erickson.
Frank, now that you guys are in the playoffs and it's a little bit of a shorter thing, are you guys changing your COVID plans at all in terms of having guys in the hotel or something like that?
Just an emphasis not to let your guard down, guys. Don't let your guard down. And then we tell the guys, and hey, even more, if you think you feel anything, let us know. We'll keep you home for the day, and we'll come in and get you another instant test, for 2 reasons. 1, to keep them healthy, but 2, so that, there's no close contacts that are eliminated from the game. Our guys have obviously been good about it all year, but it can strike you at any time. So it'll just be keep our guard up. And, even at the slightest even with Jordan Wilkins the other day, the moment we got word of that, boom, don't come in. Let's just kind of get this thing locked out. And so our guys have been doing a great job with it.
Ross Bolin.
Sorry, it's Olivia, actually. Coach, I wanted to know if you had any conversations with Rodrigo Blankenship yesterday. Obviously, those 2 misses came up a little short, and especially kicking in Buffalo conditions are questionable.
Yeah, good question. No, I did not have a conversation with him yet. I may talk to him, this week about the Buffalo scenario, obviously, because I was a holder in that stadium for a lot of years. Now they put luxury suites on there since I've been there. Stadium's a little bit different, but as far as his misses, the one that was short, I'm good with that being short. That was a 56-yard kick. I'd rather have a kicker miss it short, but it's, just miss it short where it's going to go through. If it's long enough, it just shows he's staying within himself and just hitting a good kick rather than shanking one off. So I thought his kick from 56 yards was a good effort by him, just came up a little bit short. I've seen him make 60-yarders in practice, so that's why we felt comfortable, going for the attempt. But, you got to hit it just right, and he hit it good, but not great. The other one that went off the right upright, hey, he's been great all year, so probably not going to make a big deal about it. He's been a top-notch kicker all year. Just let him get in his own space, figure it out, and, maybe have a short conversation about Buffalo and kicking there, but that's it.
All right, last one, Zach Kiefer.
Frank, part of me thinks that you like this underdog role. You guys are going up against, like you said, maybe the hottest team in football. This team doesn't have a lot of weaknesses, the Bills, and you guys are not going to be favored. And you seem really juiced today. You like this situation your team's in, and why?
Yeah, I like that's a fair assessment. I do feel that. I'd rather be the 1 seed, but I do feel good about our team and Zach more than anything. We should go in there. The pressure is not on us. We should be in there. We should be loose. We should be aggressive. We should be freed up to just play our best game of the year against a really good football team. And, because all the, essentially, like you said, Zach, no one's going to, in reality, no one's going to give us a chance. No one's going to give us a chance except, it's that us against the world mentality. And that's all you need. That's all you need. And when you're with this team the way I am day in and day out, you would know where I get the confidence from to feel like we got the team to beat anybody in this tournament.